Hey guys, so what's going on? It is February 8th, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, and I have here 17 total, 14 different titles. So kicking it off, we have Death Be Damned by Boom Studios, and this is number 1 of 4. The premise on this one, perked my interest. This is about, they're in the 1800s. This woman's family is murdered, and, something happens to her to where she's cursed, and she cannot die until those who have killed her family are brought to justice. And, so the artwork on this one kind of seems mediocre to me right off the bat, but the storyline seemed pretty good, so we'll see where number 1 goes, see if I pick up number 2 or not. Next, we have Shadow Man, part of the Divinity III Stalinverse that Valiant is doing. The Divinity III series here has been pretty good. I am just getting into the Valiant world, and I didn't really know too much about the previous heroes here, but the good thing about this is since their origins are kind of rewritten here in this universe, it doesn't really matter. So it's really about the storyline, and of course they have the same powers if you knew them before, but it's been pretty good so far, so I would really highly recommend this if you like superheroes. So next up we have Green Valley. So I love everything night related, and this artwork was pretty stupendous to me. It's pretty high up there on my like a 4.25 out of 5 in my opinion. But so I do love everything night related. I love everything sci-fi, and you kind of see there's some sort of time travel that's involved here. They're fighting a dragon, which you come to find out is really a dinosaur. So there's definitely some time travel involved here. So this storyline's getting a little bit different. So we'll see where it goes, but I do enjoy it so far. Okay, next up, Inhumans vs. X-Men. This storyline has been pretty good. Great action. The dialogue has been good. It's been on point. I think it's been pretty cohesive. I have not been getting the tie-ins. I think I got a few. They're okay. But I was really going to try to stick to the main event on this one, so it has not disappointed me in any way. I would suggest, for everyone to kind of pick this up if you had reservations about Death of X and you skip this one due to that. I would, recommend to pick it up. Don't worry about Death of X, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. They're doing, a separate task force. X-Men attack the Inhumans, so Inhumans are retaliating now. Okay, and I also picked up a Inhumans vs. X-Men variant with Scott Summers on the cover. Okay, so I thought I only picked up number 1. I didn't know that I picked this up in the series because I was going to try to pick this up in trade. But number 1 was just okay for me. We'll see if this storyline gets any better. I think one of the things is, if you look back, the Power Rangers, if you actually watch that TV show, it really it's really cheesy. It's really not that great. That whole sense of who they were from the TV show was really brought into this comic, and I really prefer the He-Man versus Thundercats, to where they took their original concept and they progressed them to today's time, similar to Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. So, I don't know. I'll read through number 2 to see if I'm going to pick up number 3, but I would have really preferred if they upgraded the Power Rangers in this comic. So yeah, my 2 cents. Okay, so I'm really anticipating reading through this one. When this Khall number 1 came out, I wasn't even going to pick it up. And I was so happy that the owner of the store talked me into it. But this has been really great read, number 1. It was not what I expected whatsoever. They're on a ship. There's 3 separate species. It's really a penal colony, and they fight in an arena for resources. And you come to find out that this human, he's winning all the time, and you find out what his secret is, and he's really using another species in order to give him, power and strength. You find out in number 1. So this artwork is phenomenal. This is, a fantasy feel to it, and it really goes with, true to the storyline. I loved heavy metal back in the day, so I would highly recommend this if if you're looking for fantasy, looking for sci-fi mix. Man, this is it. Okay, next up we have Moonshine, number 5. Brian Azzarello, I think, has been doing a great job on the storyline here so far. Skip the risque part here, but the artwork, I like the contrast, the color scope that they're using here. There's always like a little bit of a twist in these issues so far, and I really don't like mobsters, but this one really kind of did it for me. You see, there's a werewolf, a monster involved, or a couple of them, I think, and the storyline has been pretty good so far. So, if you're not into Prohibition or mobsters, I wouldn't worry about that one too much. I would recommend pick this one up. Alright, so next we have Unworthy Thor. Man, Jason Aaron's done a great, excellent job on the storyline so far. This is, I'm really anticipating reading through this one. Khall's probably going to be my number 1 anticipated read. It's probably going to be number 2. But, you find out at the very end of the last issue, number 3, that the collector has, the ultimate Thor's hammer. And, so they're fighting to get it back. I guess Beta Ray Bill, they had like the little battle that they had. But, yeah, so this has been, pure action, great storyline so far. Highly anticipating this read. I'm really looking forward to this one. Alright, next up, this has been another favorite of mine here. Renew Your Vows, Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of it really goes back to anime, and you get the different perspectives so far of their first day, that you kind of experience. Now they're facing, I think it was Mole Man or maybe Mole Man Jr., facing them as a family now at this point in time. So we kind of see a little bit more family dynamics when they're out on a mission. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing how Peter Parker kind of handles his daughter, out in the field. So yeah, looking forward to this one as well. A lot of good titles out this week. Next up, we have The Flash. The Flash has really increased their, the art style, the storyline has really picked up. I was kind of on the fence about Flash number 7 through 10-ish. But man, I am totally onto Flash now at this point in time. I saw in the the latest previews that the Flash and Batman are going to be the center of finding out what happened with his rebirth. What's the connection to Watchmen. So yeah, we'll see whether that one goes, and that's going to be coming up in a couple months now. I get a couple more secrets, but and the Rogues have been reintroduced, and they've split up, and he's trying to chase them all. This has been a great story. Next we have New Superman, and this has been another good title that I've picked up so far. Really surprised how much I really enjoyed this brand new character. I was kind of on the fence at the very beginning. I was going to give it a shot. Man, I fell in love with this new Superman, and it's really it's not just him. It's the team dynamics with the Chinese Wonder Woman and the Chinese Batman. So guys, if you're looking for something like a Teen Titan, Champions-esque type of storyline, man, this is it for you. Go pick it up, see what it's like. That first trade is out at this point in time. Okay, next we have JLA Rebirth. So I've been waiting for this Justice League. It was a lot of minor characters, so I wasn't too thrilled at first, but kind of going through the Suicide Squad Justice League crossover event, really, and after I reread the Frost Rebirth, man, I am really anticipating reading through this one as well. So the Ray one shot was excellent. Almost anything that came out, except for Vixen, I wasn't too fond of Vixen, even on the one shot, but it was decent. But I really love the other one-shots that they put out for this. So really looking to see, how this team starts out, after Justice League was kind of a bust, or, it could have been better. I'm really looking forward to see what else they could do. Okay, so this one here, I picked up 3, 4, 5 of a 6 limited to series here. So Evil Heroes, you know, I kind of saw this one a little bit late, so I need to go hunt down number 1 and 2. But the storyline seemed pretty good. The premise here is that, you know, there's, you know, superheroes are here, and they kind of copied the Justice League, and they're actually all evil. So what you have here are, you know, regular humans who are fighting superpowered beings. So, you know, I'm sure that's happened before. I couldn't really remember another title that really, you know, took it on to this level. You know, you have like Deathstroke, you know, fighting, you know, Superman. You have, you know, some storylines like that, but not an entire world or universe. So this one was a little bit different, so I'm going to give this one a shot. I want to go hunt down number 1 and 2 before I get into this. But yeah, that's it for this week, guys. We'll see what happens here next week coming up. And again, should you like what you see here, please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.